Automation can be recorded in FL as well as drawn manually. To do this, make sure that automation is selected when you right-click on the record button. Then, as you're recording, any controls that you move, either linked controls using your MIDI controller or things you move manually with a mouse, will be recorded. I've loaded up a Zebra 2 patch that uses Mod Wheel to control vibrato again. I want to record this automation in real time to add extra expression to the performance. Once I hit record, I'm going to click on Zebra 2's channel to make sure that's what I'm recording the MIDI and automation data to. What I've just recorded is not just MIDI data and not an automation clip, but rather event data. There are a couple ways that I can edit and view this data. One is by opening Current Project, Patterns, and then Pattern 1 where I recorded it. You can see the Zebra 2 automation I recorded is a new item on the list. Right-click and hit Edit Events to see the automation. This is a very precise and delicate way of editing your data, and it will always remain the same within a pattern. To convert it to an automation clip, which can be moved, copied, and otherwise edited on the playlist, you can hit Edit and then Convert to Automation Clip. Doing this deletes the event data and makes the automation easier to work with on the playlist. I mentioned before that you can record automation using the mouse, which is useful if you don't have a MIDI controller or don't want to bother linking it up. These hi-hats, for example, could use a little bit of panning, so I'm going to record pan automation using my mouse. Once I hit record, I'm going to move the knob with my mouse in real time. Now, if I right-click on the pan knob and hit Edit Events, I can once again see the automation in the Event Editor window. Also, as I move the mouse cursor around, in the hint bar I can see the value of the parameter that I'm moving. For panning, this isn't terribly useful. However, if I were editing tempo instead, by right-clicking on the song tempo and clicking Edit Events, I can see the specific BPM values. Left-clicking in the event editor lets me draw an automation directly, or right-click and hold to create smooth lines. The delete tool lets you start from scratch by getting rid of chunks of data. And the event editor even has its own quantization grid. Here's another practical example of using the event editor and the piano roll combined. Here I have both MIDI notes and event editor data. I'll select the automation in the browser, right-click and hit Edit in Piano Roll. I can now edit the automation in the same window where I'm editing my notes. By right-clicking in the bottom left, I can pick which control I'd like to edit or go back to basic velocity editing. I often find it faster to draw an automation manually like this, as opposed to recording every little thing with my physical keyboard.